This presentation was built in just 10 minutes inside Claude without complicated prompts or tons of manual work, but Claude didn't do this alone. Claude is brilliant at writing and thinking, but on its own, it doesn't know how to create visuals for a good presentation. No, not even Claude Design. It needs a partner that knows how to take Claude's directions and turn them into something like this presentation. In this video, I'll show you the tool that allows Claude to do this, and how to use both to build a presentation like this one in less than 10 minutes. Let's begin. On its own, Claude is great at a lot of things that require writing, but it lacks the design knowledge to create good-looking visuals that actually teach and build trust for a presentation. It's great for making things look good, but not for presenting information well in a clean manner. That's why it needs to be connected to another tool for this, and that tool is Gamma app. Gamma is the best AI tool for creating presentations by writing just a few sentences, and it's insanely good when paired with Claude the right way. So the first thing we need to do is connect Gamma and Claude together so they can communicate. The good news is that both Claude and Gamma have free plans that are more than capable of doing this. And by the way, you can get your free Gamma account with the link in the description and then follow along with this video. So here's how to connect both of these tools. First, head into your Claude account. On the left side, there's a bar with multiple icons. Click on Customize. From there, click Connectors. Hit the plus icon, then click Browse Connectors. Here you'll search for Gamma. Then click the plus icon to install, and make sure to allow all the permissions it asks for. Now, open a brand new chat, click the plus icon next to the chat input, click Connectors, and toggle Gamma on. And that's it. From now on, every time you open a new chat, Gamma will be sitting right there in your tools. Now you can just ask Claude to create a presentation and it'll use Gamma to do it. But before you write anything, you need to consider something. For every AI tool that exists, the results that you get are equal to how well you communicate with it. So if you type something generic, like build me a presentation about learning AI, you'll get a generic presentation. It's like if you walked up to a designer and said, make me an AI logo. You'll get a logo, but probably not the one you wanted. So in Claude, you're gonna write Gamma, build a presentation for, let's say, entrepreneurs, freelancers, and creators who give presentations. The presentation is about how to design presentations that actually hold attention and includes slides on why most presentations fail, the 5 principles of a great presentation design, slide structure, visual hierarchy, and a closing recap. So with that, I have included my audience, my topic, and the specific sections that I want. Because again, the more specific you are, the better results you get. Now, the presentation looks great with just one prompt, but you can make it even better. The first version is never the best version. Pixar even has a name for this. They call their process story reboarding. Their team redoes the storyboards for the same sequence over and over again until every single scene works. And they do this dozens of times before a single scene gets finished for the film. Luckily, you don't have to make dozens of changes one by one inside Gamma. You can just type the changes you want in Claude. Let's start with the most common changes. First, let's shorten the presentation. Right now, it's 15 slides, but I want it to be 8. For a shorter attention span audience, the shorter the presentation, the better. And Claude will shorten the presentation for us. All the information that was on those 15 slides will now just be in those 8. Now, let's say we want to change the overall feel of the presentation. We'll just ask Claude to do just that. We type swap the color palette to something warmer and more earthy, and change the font to something more modern and minimal. And Claude will go in and change the whole feel of our presentation to match what we've asked for. Now, let's say you're going to present this in front of investors. You need to change the tone of what's being said in the presentation. So you just ask Claude to rewrite the copy across the whole deck in a more formal, corporate tone. Now Claude will go back, give you a new presentation with updated copy that matches the updated audience. You can also make it more visually appealing. Maybe I want to add a comparison table. So I would just ask Claude, add a comparison table on slide 4 with 5 rows showing the contrast of good versus bad. Notice how I'm still giving it as specific of instructions as I can. And now Claude's added a comparison table for us. All of this would usually take you about 30 minutes, but Gamma will do it in less than 2. Now here's something that will save you even more time. You can upload any brand asset like a screenshot of your website or a social post that you created, and then Claude can analyze that branding and apply the closest Gamma theme to your branding to the entire presentation. So you just add your branding reference in and use this prompt inside Claude. So I'll add my brand asset, which will be just like a LinkedIn carousel. And then in Claude, I'll type analyze this image and pull out the dominant colors, the typography, and the overall visual style. Then apply that branding across my entire Gamma presentation. Colors, fonts, image style. Don't change dimensions or what's written on each slide. That last sentence is important, otherwise you might get a whole new presentation. So let's review. The presentation that we started with versus the presentation that we have now. The one we started with wasn't bad, but the one we have now is a lot better. Claude's helped us shorten it, helped us change the overall feel of the presentation, made it more designed for a different audience, and made it more visually appealing. And all of that took only a few minutes. Once the presentation's done, you could also share it in a few different ways. You could get the link, you could export it, you could embed it, whatever you need, the option's there. So that's how you create a great presentation using Claude and Gamma together. But that's not the only thing you could build using this workflow. With Gamma, you can create landing pages, websites, documents, or posts for Instagram and LinkedIn. And the best part is that you can create all of these things for free. Click the link in the description to create your free Gamma account and start building presentations today. But wait, there's something else. We just covered the basics of how to use Gamma with Claude, but Gamma has a lot more features to make building presentations a walk in the park. And I go through a lot of these features in this video here. So click here, and I'll see you there.